Many residents of South Birmingham will be familiar with our major hospitals, which include Selly Oak, opened in the 19th century, and the Queen Elizabeth, opened shortly before the Second World War. These two hospitals have now been replaced by the Queen Elizabeth Hospital Birmingham, a brand new hospital designed for over 1,000 inpatients at any one time. Over the last 100 years, we've all seen so many changes in our lives, lifestyles and beliefs. Healthcare has changed beyond recognition, and we've all benefited greatly from these changes. However, the fact remains that coming into hospital as a patient can still make us feel nervous and anxious. What is wrong? Will I get better? How will my family cope? How will my faith sustain me? Here at University Hospitals Birmingham, we have a staff of approximately 7,000, and among them is a team of hospital chaplains, with particular responsibility for the religious, spiritual and pastoral care of patients, visitors and staff. Birmingham is a large multicultural, multi-faith city, and this is reflected in the healthcare needs of our population and of our chaplaincy team. We also minister to the needs of patients and relatives from all over the United Kingdom and beyond who come to our specialist units. Within our team, we represent 6 of the major world faiths: Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Muslim and Sikh. Also, we can access representatives of many other faiths and beliefs, including Zoroastrian, Greek Orthodox, Russian Orthodox and Jain. The team is complemented by a large number of volunteers who are trained and supervised by the chaplains and authorised by the Trust.
Like all members of staff, our primary focus is patient care. But our unique selling point is that our team are all people of faith, and for some of our patients, personal prayer is very important. When people are unwell, we offer different forms of support. Some patients have clear religious and sacramental needs, and we are able to offer bedside anointing, communion, or prayers. In addition, many patients appreciate the pastoral care offered through listening, encouraging, and supporting. An important part of the UHB is the Royal Centre Defence Medicine, and they have their own dedicated chaplain who is responsible for several hundred military personnel. At times, people enjoy gathering together to worship. On Sunday, there is an interdenominational service with Holy Communion and a Roman Catholic Mass. Each Friday lunchtime, Muslims join together for Jummah prayer. Throughout the year, we meet to celebrate different festivals and special events, including Eid, Diwali, Vaisakhi, Ram, Christmas and Easter. The chaplaincy team are happy to offer support to those with a clear spiritual direction, and those for whom faith and belief are racked with doubt and uncertainty. Many patients want to explore their faith again when faced with the questions raised by illness.
We're not just here for those who have a clear religious faith, and it's important to recognise that many people have a broader spirituality. We all have a spiritual element, that part of us that tries to make sense of creation and our part in it. Sometimes exploring questions and uncertainties can be just as significant as answers. When our physical, psychological and social needs are being met, and life feels good, our spiritual needs may be contained and easy to look after. But when we come into hospital, we have less control over our physical bodies, and our spiritual needs may take on greater significance. Many will be familiar with the term holistic care within healthcare. And at its core is the idea that all staff will meet these 3 elements of patient care. This can be a daunting challenge on a busy ward or unit, and part of our role is to help train staff to recognise the spiritual element of the care they provide. The team are also involved in teaching on several trust courses, including last offices, supportive care pathway, palliative care, ethics, and trust and consultant inductions. Our military chaplain is responsible for teaching within the Royal Centre for Defence Medicine. Every year we have a 6-week training course designed to support and encourage both new and experienced volunteers. It includes such items as listening and responding skills, fascinating faith facts, health and wholeness. Through a variety of other meetings, we are engaged with the wider trust and healthcare community. Within the Trust, we attend such groups as patient councils, divisional boards, equality and diversity groups, helping others enhance patient care. At a personal level with staff, we rejoice with those who may wish for a wedding to be blessed, and support those who seek our help in preparing for a funeral or the death of a colleague. A major occasion when the Trust and community comes together are the annual memorial services, when several hundred people gather to remember their loved ones.
All chaplains are representatives of their own faith communities and provide an important link between patients, relatives and staff and the world outside the hospital. They are ideally placed to promote understanding between the NHS Trust and the diverse communities of the region. An important task is the promotion of greater understanding between the different faith communities and traditions across the region. We have a formal Christian covenant and also statement of common purpose between the different faith communities, which outline our hopes and vision for our department. More importantly, by working together within the Trust and community in an atmosphere of respectful presence, we generate a spirit of tolerance and understanding. By offering multicultural events within the Trust, by visiting each other's homes, places of worship and community centres, we learn about each other's cultures and traditions. This enables us to enrich our own faith and traditions through learning about others.
One of the most astonishing things about being a chaplain here at the QE is how poignant it is sometimes to be alongside people at such significant times in their lives, to hear the stories that they tell about their experience of being in the hospital and how they understand themselves in new ways perhaps because of the reasons that they are here. Another thing that I relish about this role is working alongside other chaplains. I learn a lot about myself through working with other Christian chaplains from different traditions and seeing and growing in understanding about the important differences between the ways in which we understand our faith. And also learning about important things that I share in common with people from other faiths as well.
My involvement with chaplaincy is central to the practice of being a Buddhist. The wish to be a Kalyana Mitra, or spiritual good friend, to all humanity, and to find from faith a way in which to meet the spiritual needs of all beings.
I enjoy being a chaplain because I love being with people, and I like to leave them with a smile, with a feeling of comfort or the sense of God's peace.
I choose to become a hospital chaplain or imam as I like to work with people face to face. I feel rewarded in many ways to see the outcome of my work.
I'm a hospital chaplain because I love to possibly bring some comfort and solace or upliftment to people when they might be feeling low or anxious.
I'm part of the Royal Centre for Defence Medicine, and my job is to meet the spiritual and pastoral needs of all of the military staff and the military patients and their families. My ministry is to people of all faiths and none, and I consider it an absolute privilege to work in this place.
I'm a volunteer at the QE on Sunday mornings, pushing patients to the chapel because a member of my own family was really in hospital recently, and somebody did this for him, and I know it meant a lot to him. And it's a really easy thing to do. It doesn't take up any more time than going to my own church, and I really enjoy it.
It's difficult to say why I am a Catholic hospital chaplain because it's not easy to define. It doesn't fit into boxes easily, but neither do people, and hospital chaplaincy is all about meeting their needs, whatever they may be.
I enjoy being a member of my chaplaincy team because it allows me to help my community through their illness and their spiritual need.
The Chaplaincy Department shares with the Trust the aim of improving the health and well-being of all who pass through our doors. Illness highlights our vulnerabilities, and the spiritual journey can enable or disable healing. To summarise what we offer to the Trust and community, we provide religious, spiritual and pastoral care to patients, their relatives and staff, regardless of their beliefs. We support staff in ensuring that the care provided by the Trust embraces body, mind and spirit. We are available for teaching on areas such as the spiritual dimension of health and healing, the role of chaplaincy, multicultural and multi-faith concerns, and ethical dilemmas. We can offer a listening ear for staff in times of joy and sorrow. Each ward and unit has its own lead chaplain, and many also have a chaplaincy volunteer. Christian chaplains are available on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Representatives of other faiths will endeavour to meet requests whenever possible. The chapels, prayer rooms and ablutions are open at all times. We can be contacted in our offices, through the hospital bleep system, air pages and the hospital switchboard. More information can be found on the Trust intranet under Chaplaincy. Or when you see us walking around the hospital, simply come and say hello.